Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals Music is here because we're fiercely independent. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot. We've always been there, and it's always just been a phone call away.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
We have started to see cloud cover thicken up across parts of the area. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam network. Now, despite the clouds starting to thicken up, some places are still seeing some sunshine as we end the day and head into the early evening and the sun goes down. We have had some breaks in the cloud cover, and even some folks still mostly clear as of the late afternoon. Farther north and east you are in the viewing area, and then the clouds spreading in from the south and west. Those clouds will thicken through the overnight. Not really any big rain chances, though. The slightest chance of a sprinkle overnight are lasting into tomorrow. The big rain chances for the week come at the end of the week, and it may come in the form of strong thunderstorms. We'll be talking about that in detail as we go forward. Now, currently here, no rain across the area, not expecting any. Here's live Viper Doppler radar. You see temperatures into the mid-50s out there. We earlier topped into the lower 60s before clouds started to thicken up across the area. Satellite and radar composites start to show those clouds thickening up across the area from southwest to northeast. That will continue into the overnight hours, and that will act as an insulating blanket. So we're not expecting cold temperatures overnight. By January standards, these numbers are actually significantly above average. We usually average low to mid 30s. We're into the mid to upper 40s for overnight lows, with mostly cloudy skies for the overnight. Still staying mostly cloudy for our Tuesday, but a few breaks of sunshine, especially later into the afternoon. A southwest wind tomorrow that's sustained 5 to 10, gusts as high as 20. So even though there's not a whole lot of sunshine tomorrow to warm us up, the warm air advection, the movement of the warm air in by the wind will get us up into the mid, maybe upper 60s across the area tomorrow. And the clouds still hanging around, at least partly so, and maybe some later overnight fog. We're talking about mid to upper 40s once again for overnight lows for our Tuesday night in the Wednesday morning. It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds as we go forward here through the middle of the week across the Tennessee Valley. Clouds will be in and out. Still some sunshine at times. Clouds do start to thicken up Thursday, and maybe a few isolated thunder showers here Thursday and a Thursday night. The bigger rain chances, though, are Friday and Friday night as a stronger storm system comes out and interacts with increasing moisture and instability across the area, and there may be enough dynamic support with this and enough instability for stronger thunderstorms. We'll be watching that Friday and the Friday night. Maybe some locally heavy rainfall as well, which would be the good news out of this, considering we're well behind rainfall for the past month or two, and even though that would mess with plans and things like that, it would help with drought conditions. That tapers off as we go into Saturday, getting back to cooler weather as well. Here's the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. I'm going to show you this and then explain what you do need to take away from this and what you don't need to take away from this. There is already the equivalent of a level 2 out of 5 risk of severe storms for Friday and Friday night across essentially the western half of the area. It's generally along and west of US 43 in the area. But what I don't want you to get hung up on right now, for one, is who's included and who's not included. This is a longer range outlook. It's more of just a tap in the shoulder to tell you to pay attention. It's too far out to say one specific town or one specific county is only a county away from the risk and doesn't have to worry. We're not going to do that type of thing. This may honestly be an area-wide type thing for our region. And based on history of how these long-range outlooks often work, they usually start shifting or expanding a little farther to the east the closer you get. So just because you're not included now doesn't mean you eventually won't be included. One thing I also want to stress, just because we see this outlook out this far in advance does not necessarily mean this is going to be a higher end type scenario. That is how the Storm Prediction Center used to do these outlooks a few years ago. But a few years ago, they started moving away from that philosophy, and they've shifted toward when they have enough confidence that there will be an organized threat of some caliber, they'll go ahead and draw the area, even though they don't necessarily think it's a higher end type situation. So just because we have this outlook here on the board on Monday for a threat on Friday. Don't automatically assume it's going to be a high-end threat, a tornado outbreak, anything like that. That's not what that's supposed to signal to you. Doesn't mean it can't end up ramping up to that, but that's not what this explicitly means at face value. And we currently don't have the signals to suggest the threat is going to be of that magnitude. We'll watch it. We always do. We'll watch it. But as of right now, it doesn't look like that kind of a threat. We will watch to see the exact timing of it. We don't know that yet. We don't know the exact threats that are involved, although it could be a type of day where all threats of some magnitude are involved. So we'll be figuring out the magnitude of the type of threats as we get closer, and then also exactly where the risk areas will be. This is an overall heads up to tell you to pay attention through the week. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid of it. Don't panic over it. It's nothing to worry about. What this is to give you a heads up to pay attention and go through your safety plan ahead of time, or devise a safety plan if you don't have one. Do that ahead of time before the last minute so that you are prepared by the time we get to Friday if this does materialize and the threat does happen. We'll be watching it carefully. This is just a tap on the shoulder to let you know to pay attention. We are going to be warm this week. We actually get into the lower 70s here in that Thursday and Friday time frame, and then cooler air of the weekend. We're back into the 40s for highs as we head into early next week. Your forecast for tonight, increasing clouds out there for the evening and the overnight, lows in the 40s, mid to upper 40s specifically. Mostly sunny with an outside 10% chance of a stray shower, especially the first half of the day. A few breaks of sun in the afternoon. Daytime highs tomorrow in the mid to maybe upper 60s in a few spots. A breezy southwest wind tomorrow. A mix of sun and clouds as we head on through the week. A few isolated thunder showers possible Thursday. It's Friday into Friday night. We'll be watching for the potential for some stronger, maybe severe thunderstorms. We'll be watching that carefully. Showers ending going into Saturday, clearing and cooler as we begin next week. That's a look at your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.